Mobile lashes. What are your thoughts on that? That's a super controversial topic that we hear in the lash industry a lot. Some people love it, some people hate it. Okay, when I first started lashing, I was super desperate, I was super poor, and I had a little baby, so I would do anything I had to in order to get clients. So I definitely have experience in the mobile lash department. In my personal experience, there are some major pros and cons about being a mobile lash artist. So if you're considering doing this, watch to the end of this video, and I feel pretty confident that you'll be ready to make your decision. Let's run through the pros first, and then we'll run through the cons. 1, you have more of a customer reach. Why? Because not everybody can just come to you. Some people don't have a car, or they're kind of stuck in their house, especially those moms. And let me tell you, moms like looking good with less effort. So if you can go to their house and give them lashes while their kids are sleeping, client for life. I've actually done some crazy lashes. I have done lashes for people who are getting a C-section in the morning. I just go to their house, they're getting a C-section, they look like $1 million during labor. I've also done wedding lashes. Now, on the wedding lash topic, I have definitely done it where I've done the bride's lashes at her house like the night before when she's having all her girls around. I've even done a few clients back to back and they just all chat, they're together, it's fun. But what I normally do for clients when they are like wedding groups is I suggest doing DIY lash extensions. I also offer this as a service. Okay, if you're not offering DIY lashes as a service, you should seriously consider it. You can make so much money in such little time, and it's nice because you can reach brand new customer base. People who are allergic or sensitive to lash extensions, or they just don't have time, or they just want it for something like a wedding. So if you can be a mobile lash artist who offers quick lash application, it is crazy how much money you can make. And those brides, they'll pay for your travel, they'll pay for your accommodations if they have to. It's a really nice gig. 2, not many people offer mobile services, so it's nice to have the upper hand and be that one person in your area that offers a unique service like this. Number 3, you can charge a little more for travel fees. So you can either build it into your lash price or you can charge a flat rate service fee. Number 4, it breaks up your day. So if you're someone who can't find themselves sitting behind a chair doing back-to-back clients, it might be nice for you to change up the scenery and go check out someone else's house for a little bit. Number 5, you can be your own boss for less money. So some people can't afford to rent a space, or they don't have the space in their own home to offer lash services, but they also don't want to work under someone else and make less money. So if you are fitting in that category, mobile lashing is a great option because you can be your own boss, but with literally no overhead cost, minus the equipment that you need to set up. Okay, now that I jacked you guys up on this whole mobile service thing, let's look at some of the cons. Okay, it's not so bad. Number 1, and definitely the most important, is your safety. So just make sure that if you're gonna go to someone else's house, you know someone who you've sent the address to, and if anything happens, ring ring, come help me. So just make sure that you know that you are in a safe space. Number 2, cost of gas. That's obviously something that you want to factor in. Gas is flippin' expensive now. So factor that into your price, charge a little more for your services, or charge a fee. Now, with that said, if you are trying to really get your name out there and you're willing to eat that cost, that's also fine. My one suggestion is looking into how far away the person lives. I accidentally found myself driving a good hour in the middle of nowhere at night one time, and it was definitely not ideal. And I had a baby at home and I was like, whoa, what have I gotten myself into? I got lost, it was a whole thing. So just make sure you look up the address and see how far away it is before committing to the job. Number 3, set up time and energy. Okay, so when I started doing mobile lash services, I didn't have a bed, I didn't have a proper light, I didn't even have a proper chair. And so I did lashes on people's couches and I just used lamps and stuff. And I definitely would not recommend doing that. The reason why is because my back got so bad hunching over people's couches. I've even done lashes, like they've had memory foam set up on the table. That wasn't so bad, but it is definitely important to have a proper setup, particularly lighting. Also, a lot of companies overcharge for their lights. Guys, there are affordable LED lights out there that are easy to fold up. We have some here at Lost Artistry, LED lash lights. They're like 250 bucks, easy to put together and take apart. Also, that's in Canadian, so it's less in USD depending on where you live. But anyhow, proper lighting is really important. Proper bed doesn't have to be expensive. It can be super inexpensive, but it does have to be foldable so that you can easily set it up and take it down. And then you also want a proper chair, something like a saddle stool that's really light, easy to just kind of bring around with you and set up in your customer's space. So on that note, time is money. So it is important to factor in those things. Like, okay, now I have my drive time and I also have my setup time. Is that worth it to me? Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. And number 4, which is also a very big one, you cannot control your environment. Yes, you can take a small humidifier around, but quite honestly, if you're gonna change the humidity in a room, you need a big, beefy machine, something that's gonna actually change a certain amount of square footage instead of just a quick little like diffuser on the side of your client's head. Those will help a little bit, but they're not super effective. And it's definitely not realistic to bring a big dehumidifier or humidifier around with you. Not to mention that it would take a while for it to get started, so it would only really be impactful by the end of your set. And glues are really temperamental. So find a glue that has a wide range of relative humidity and temperatures if you're gonna go down this route. Or it may be good to just be transparent with the client. You know, I can't control the temperature and humidity, so we might not have the best retention. I can't promise amazing retention simply due to my lack of ability to control the environment. If you're okay with that, let's proceed. If you're not, then maybe we can meet in the studio or whatever works for you guys. Also, on the note of mobile lashing, if you want to become a mobile lash artist, that doesn't mean that you only have to be a mobile lash artist or a stationary lash artist. You can totally do both. That's what I did. I had certain clients who I was like, you know what, like even people who were other lash artists or massage therapists or whatever, I would kind of get out there and be like, you know what, you're a massage therapist, you have the whole setup for me to lash, super easy for me to come to you. That's really great. So you can always know that there's options. You don't have to choose one or the other. You're not tied to anything. So there you have it, pros and cons of being a mobile lash artist. So what do you think? Are you gonna offer mobile lash services? Are you indifferent? Are you disinterested? Or have you done it before and you have experience to share? If you have experienced mobile lashing, please comment below. I know this is a really big topic and lots of other potential artists would love to read about your experiences. Go ahead and comment. And for more videos like this one, don't forget to follow us on all of our socials and subscribe to our channel.